And we're live. So, guys, I know I'm long overdue for making a video. I've been using the live streams as a way to kind of push out my videos because I've been so very busy these past few days. Yesterday, I went to a wrestling event. My voice is gone. So, I'm going to take a couple of days to heal up. But I will be making some videos starting this weekend. My voice is just killing me. So, got to heal up and get some work done. And once I finish work and everything with school, my personal life, then I'll get back to YouTube. But I wanted to talk about the Apple event because I know a lot of people have been speculating on what I had to say. So if you don't watch this live, you can watch this on a playback for anybody that missed the live stream. So Apple, basically their event, in my opinion, I'm going to come out the gate and say this. This was one of their better events. This was one of their best. I would say this is a great event for them. And it showed that it wasn't hardware that was the spotlight. It was just the pricing of everything that was really the target. Yeah, Apple's still behind, but they actually listened. They actually saw the change in the market. They heard what people were saying. And because of that listening, they were able to give us what we wanted. Man, his voice killed me. I went to a wrestling event last night. But let's start it down from the list. So the first thing they talked about was their streaming service, Apple Arcade. Now, Apple Arcade, obviously, everybody was going into this thought it was going to be $9.99 and it was going to be just dumb. But it turned out to be something pretty cool because not only do you get your arcade games in there, but it comes in at $5 a month. And they do give you a trial period where you can try out. Now, that right there started the shock in the trend for the whole show because not only did you set the bar with the prices, but you've now set the tone for the event. So $5 for Apple Arcade. Next up was Apple TV Plus. Now, Apple TV Plus, I'm not too big for. I'm not going to get it because I just I just don't think I really want it. But it was shocking again because we thought it was going to be $9.99 for original content that it doesn't have enough in their library. It came out to be $5. And that was another shock because everybody thought it was going to be $9 plus. And the best part of all was if you were an Apple user and you buy a new Apple product, you get a year free, which is really cool. Yeah, you could argue, yeah, it's $5, so they give it free. But hey, that's a whole year trial. If you sign up with Apple Music and Apple Arcade, you only get 3 months. This is a whole year included. So consider that a good thing. Next up, the Apple Watch Series 5. So the Apple Watch Series 5 wasn't really the main spotlight of the show as they thought it would be. The Apple Watch as a whole is a great device. I think the Apple Watch is spectacular. I don't hate the Apple Watch. I think it's one of Apple's greatest inventions. Series 5 basically takes it up, has now an all-new display. It has always-on display, which is pretty useful. It should have been useful last year. They also include a compass, which for some reason, if you get lost and you have to use a compass, oh my goodness, Apple. Oh my goodness. That was the first dumb thing. They put a compass in the Apple Watch. I don't know anybody that's going to use that. Just like they try to do a walkie-talkie. But anyway, the Apple Watch is around the same price, $399 for the GPS version and $499 for the cellular. And they kept the Series 3 watch for some reason. I thought they would have kept the Series 4, but I don't know why they did. But the Series 3 is still a good watch, and they lowered the price on that to, I think, within the $200 range. So you still get a good deal, or even in the $100 or something like that. So you're still getting good value. So next up is the iPad. Now, this was a good shock for me. I didn't cover it because I didn't think it was going to happen at this event, and I was wrong. I'm happy that I was wrong. We saw more in this event that we did last year. And the cool thing was this particular event showed off not only a new iPad, but a new standard for the iPad. The entry-level iPad now has a smart connector. It does keep the A10 Fusion chip, but now it has a 10.2-inch, and they claim that it has been designed for iPad OS. So I guess the 9.7 inches aren't going to cut it. Sorry, Apple. But for real, though, this is good value. I think that this is one of their best iPads that they have made. And for what you're paying, $329 for that, that's a perfect price. You got your smart connector, you've got your lightning port, you got iPad OS that'll make it just like a laptop. And they did some comparisons. So I got to tell you, I think this was the event for the iPad, because the iPad just it was amazing. I really think that is going to sell well, and I am happy with that price point. With all the changes and everything, they kept the same price at $329. Now we get to the main big dog of the show, the iPhone, and they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. Focus on the iPhone 11, make that the spotlight, and then the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max. Oh, Jesus, that's a big name. I'm not going to talk too much about the tech specs or anything like that. I'm not even going to go into too much detail. This is just a reaction. I will make a longer video where I break down my thoughts. This is just what I saw initially. I'm finally glad that they got the naming right. I think that's perfectly fine. The numeric Roman symbols, it doesn't matter. iPhone 10, iPhone 11. The cool thing with this is that the 11 not only is a successor to the 10R, but it's even better in some aspects. We don't know much about the pixels in the 6.1-inch LCD display. Again, that video will come later where I will break down all the tech specs. It does come in some new colors. We got green and purple. I'm digging that red, though, honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not switching from Android. I promise I'm going to try out Android. I've already started using it. I got my phone ready, so I'll update you guys on that later. But it has a dual camera setup, which, again, looks ugly. I don't know why the hell they thought that was a good idea, but okay. The colors in general, I think they have a matte finish now, so they're doing what like the Pixel did. And lastly, the price went down by $50. So last year's the 10R started at $749, which was all right. But in a shock of an event, again, Apple listened and put it at $699. That is the right price range. And I can break this down even further, but all I'm going to say is this. That is the right price for what you're paying for an iPhone. That is the perfect entry. And that's not a budget end device. That is an actual iPhone. This is the iPhone. Instead of it being like the XS and XS Max with the OLEDs and the stainless steel, this is the actual iPhone that we've all known, like the 6, 7, and even 8. So it's not a budget end device, and it's not even an entry level. It's a regular iPhone, and that's how it should be. Then we get the iPhone 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max. Now, the word Pro has been tossed around a lot these days, but I got to say, it's not bad. I mean, it's still not compelling for me to want to buy it, but it does try to make the camera design look a lot better, and I think it just ended up making it worse because how the hell Apple got away with that design, I have no idea. The new Pro and Pro Max obviously retain the same price point, so they're not going to change anytime soon. However, the glass on the back is now matted just like the 10Rs, I believe. I hope so. And the specs, not much really I could say here. This is just reaction. It's just, it looks fine. I think it looks fine, the 11 Pro and Pro Max. Only thing is that the CPU is the A13 Bionic, and apparently rumors are saying, and benchmarks are already coming out and saying that it's not as fast as the A12, which is probably true. But honestly, I mean, A12, A13, not really a big difference. You probably go another year or two. But overall, this event was pretty, if I had to put a word to say, I think it was different for a change because Apple actually listened to the consumers. This is one of those rare instances where Apple actually listened. They not only saw that the market was changing, but they finally understand that people don't want like new features. They just want a cheaper phone. They want to get a good phone, but they don't want to pay incredibly that much money. And by putting the 11 at $699 and even keeping the 10R at $599, you've opened up your market range for much more capacity. And I think that that's a smart thing on Apple. I think that's a smart thing in general because the iPhone sales obviously aren't the best. But by doing this, you have now increased your iPhone sales, not the Pro and Pro Max. That's not going to be the money seller. The iPhone 11, mark my words, and I'm going to keep this going. The iPhone 11 is going to be the best-selling smartphone for 2020. I'm calling it right now, just like last year with the 10R. I am with Android right now, but I have to admit where credit is due. The 11 is going to be the best seller for next year. And honestly, the event was nice. We didn't get anything about Apple TV or HomePod or anything, so maybe that'll be for later on. And SE2, no one more thing, but it doesn't matter. Look, all that matters is that Apple listened and they did a great job with this event. It's finally time for them to stop trying to shoot for the sky and start going back down to the consumers level. So that is it for my reaction. I will have a longer video, which will probably be 5 minutes more, where I thoroughly break down what I actually thought of the Pro Max, 11, and everything. So I will do that in a separate video, an extensive breakdown, and I will definitely get into the specs aspect. So that is my reaction for the Apple September event. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below. What did you think of the Apple event? As always, hit the subscribe button, guys, and I will see you this weekend. Peace.